Good morning, everybody. It's the Savage Stacker. This is the second time I have made this video. The other one I just kept jumbling around my words and could not get the words out of my mouth. All right, that's why I have these already stacked up right here. All right, let's get motivated. I've been getting some comments lately, about, how people are struggling and how, all this is fine and dandy, not selling your silver right now and stuff because it's a long-term hold, and people are struggling right now. They got to sell. They got to this, got to that. Hey, I get it. I've been there. I have been poor my whole entire life. It is only just recently that I started making good money. And trust and believe, I'm not putting it in the stocks. I'm not putting it in anything else but this stuff right here. And that's because I want to preserve the good money that I'm making right now. It's not always going to be there. And I put myself into a situation to where I made sure that, after years of hard work, it would eventually pay off. And I'm very grateful that it is. And I don't take it for granted. I know any day, the rainy season starts, I'm right back on unemployment, and this heavy stacking is over. Our situation, our financial situation at home has changed recently, and not for the better. And it's going to catch up with us here in a couple months, I'm sure. But it is what it is, and I'm not going to fight it. I'm just going to roll with it, and kind of let go, let God do His thing for our path. And I think it's time to get out of here. I think it's time to leave this state. And sometimes you got to be pushed in a situation to get you out of your comfort zone to make a change. And that is where we are now, and I think it's time. It's time to get out of our comfort zone and just go for it. And that goes with other people out there. You're having a hard time, you're struggling, you can't stack, you're watching videos like this and you're like, F this guy. People can't stack like that right now, they're broke and all this. Hey, you can get yourself out of these bad situations. I know it's hard. Me and my wife both worked, 3 kids, and we both had 8-hour day and plus jobs, careers. And we had to have the mother-in-laws, watch the kids. We had to run over here. We had to leave for an hour and go bring them to the doctor's appointment. I mean, sometimes there was a time where my wife worked at night, I worked in the day. We didn't even see each other for years. Back and forth with the kids. I mean, it was a struggle. And we've gone through that chapter in our life, and now it's a little bit better. It's a lot better. But now, a new chapter opened up recently, and it's going to come back, and it could catch up with us pretty fast. So we got to be very careful and keep really tight budgets right now. And I'm very grateful for this. Very grateful for the last few years that I started doing this so heavy. There's even times where I've questioned, maybe I'm going a little too heavy. My wife's like, hey, you're buying a lot of that stuff, is this going to be okay? Are you going to be able to get the money back out of that? I said, I don't know, but we're saving, right? So, but now I'm super grateful that I did and have stacked as hard as I have. And I think anybody with enough, wits about them to go out and find a decent job, I think you could do the same thing. No problem, no questions asked. If I can do it, believe me, I'm not the smartest, the sharpest tool in the shed, I just work hard, and that's about it. And if I can do it, anybody can do it, that's for sure. All right. First off, pick a job that there's always going to be high demand for. A lot of guys that didn't go to college and stuff, they go into truck driving. A lot of women, they go into being a waitress because the tips are so good, And there's some good jobs out there for people that didn't go to college. You just got to stick with it and be loyal and faithful to that company and keep grinding, and always raise your hand and never, say no when they need you to work overtime and stuff like that. And eventually they'll recognize that you are a solid individual, and they'll pay you accordingly if you just grind hard, And I think that it's important to be that that individual, that guy, that woman, man, child, whoever, whatever, is super reliable. They just know they're going to call you and be like, hey, this guy called in, I need you to work tomorrow, tonight, double shift, whatever. And you're like, yep, okay, yep, yes, no problem, absolutely, anything you need, right? And I've been doing that with this company for 7 years now, and I am their go-to guy because they know that I just won't say no. And put myself into a position to where now I'm, doing okay, not great, but okay. And I put almost every bit of it into this right here, and I'm highly grateful that I did, because we're in a position now where things are going to change and get rough, and it's time to move. We're going to start having to spend some money because it costs money to move. U-Hauls cost money. Fuel to get across country costs money. Renting a house until you find another house or a job costs money. Like, all these things cost money, and rising costs in food, rising costs in fuel, rising costs in everything. The inflation is so rampant. I have receipts from like 3 years ago that I'm looking at from Costco, and I'm like, Jesus. I bought a couple containers of instant coffee the other day. It was $17 a jar at Costco, and I was just paying $7.99 to $9.99 just a year ago. And I'm like, wow, it's almost doubled since, in a year and a half. It's just insane. So I know things are expensive, but I know that people can pull themselves up by their shorts and get yourself out of any situation if it's not working out for you and your family. That's all I got to say on that. All right, let's talk about some fractional gold here. I know people are on a budget. I know people are having a hard time, but if you can save for a few months, a few weeks, whatever, and buy bigger chunks of gold, or even bars that are quite cheap right now, you're going to be doing much, much better than buying fractional gold coins. There's fractional bars out there that are decent priced, like the Pamp Swiss and the, whatever, the other ones, Valcambi and all that stuff. Those bars, 5 gram, 10 gram, 20 grams, they're not that expensive right now. But, man, 10th ounce gold coins right now are kind of expensive. The quarter ounce, kind of expensive. The half ounce, they're expensive. The 1 ounce is doing pretty good with as far as premiums right now. So I've quit stacking all fractional gold right now. It's too dang expensive. You're still paying $2,000 and $2,100 per ounce if you were to add 4 quarter ounce gold. A lot of people used to think that was the sweet spot, but here I got to pay taxes on it, and if it's $500, that's $550 to get to my house, and that's $2,100 or $2,200 per ounce, and I'm not trying to pay $2,200 an ounce when it's $1,650, $1,630 right now. If you buy a 1 ounce gold bar, or even say 1 ounce gold Britannia right now, you're getting them for under $1,700, and that's a good price, great price. Now the Buffaloes and the Eagles, they're about $150 right now. They're a little expensive. That's because the U.S. Mint's doing their thing this year. They're just not blasting out enough stuff to keep up with demand, and they're charging a hefty premium for them. So I bought another Buffalo. It's coming in the mail, and I think I'm going to stop buying Buffaloes because I probably could have saved $100 already on these 2 I bought in the last 2 months. So yeah, they're kind of expensive. So if you're in the market for gold, I would try to stay away from fractional unless it's all you can afford, and if it's burning a hole in your pocket, and if you need to buy now before you spend it on useless things or things you think you need, then yeah, go out and buy yourself some fractional. But I would not be out there right now just shopping around for fractional, because fractional is expensive at the moment. And the premiums on silver are starting to go up as well. I was finding deals, $190 per ounce over spot for these and for these for like $2 per ounce over spot, and all the other stuff I got recently. And now you can't even find them. They're like on back order, which I'm a little skeptical of because the amount of silver that's in the LBMA and the COMEX. So you may not see those bars for a minute because I feel like they sold a lot of them out of there, and I think they're starting to dry up. So the premiums are starting to go up on silver unless you're buying kilos at the moment. It's the only thing I can find under $2 an ounce is on Bold at the moment, and that's like kilo bars. What is that? The Perth Mint kilo and another kilo bar that they had. Nader kilo bar was like $1.95 per ounce over spot, and that's the best I've found. Usually it's like $2.75, $2.95 right now. So the premiums are going up a little bit on silver, and I believe that's supply and demand. There's a lot of pre-order stuff out there, which I try to stay away from because it gives you a date and it ends up 2 weeks past that date. So I try to stay away from pre-order stuff. And Scottsdale Mint's running a good, nice deal right now on their 5x5. It's 5 stackers, 5-ounce stackers that are 25 ounces in a tube, and you got to buy the whole tube, and I believe it's like $600. So that's like $23 an ounce for very premium silver right there. And there's some deals out there. You got to shop around, sign up for their newsletter thing and for their deals, and they'll send you the deals when they come in. Monument Metals has not had any deals in a few weeks, which kind of worries me, is the Monument Metals not having deals, and they're in high competition with Bold and SD Bullion, and well, Hero is kind of slipping under the cracks. But if they're not out there pushing deals right now, there's a reason for it. They're having a hard time probably getting supply, and the demand is going up. I just finally had my LCS text me yesterday after a month of putting my name on a list for certain items, and he finally sent me a text last night and said, look at these bars, I just finally got some bars in. Nobody has sold him 10-ounce bars in over a month. No one has sold him constitutional silver, 90% silver, in a couple months. Nobody has brought in gold, like ounces of gold, in a few months either. So people are starting to hoard their stacks, and I believe that's because the price has gone down and nobody wants to sell, which is great. That means we're getting the message out there. Don't sell at these low prices. Buy it up as much as you can. It's on fire sale. But watch out for premiums. Shop the deals. Look at your local coin shop dealers. Buy bigger pieces of gold if you can, or stay away from the coins. The coins right now are expensive. The fractional coins. If you can buy bars, or you're okay with buying bars, then buy bars if you just need to get some gold. But if you are burning a hole in your pocket and you need to get yourself some gold before you spend it on useless things, I understand. I've done it multiple times, half of the stacks like that. Then grab that fractional gold if it suits you. You know, just know out there the premiums are starting to go back up, and I'm not seeing deals as good as I have a few months ago, and I'm not seeing as much stuff in stock, and I'm seeing a lot of pre-orders. So things are tightening up. It's getting a little weird. Because a lot of the companies that started to compete are not competing against each other right now. They're kind of holding back, and that tells me they're probably low on inventory. And so keep an eye out there. Shop the deals. Look around. You know, the price is low, so people are buying a lot of it up. So I'm sure that these online bullion dealers are probably going, whoa, we can't get this stuff in for a few weeks, and people are buying this up quick, so we're gonna have to take it off their sales, their deals. So that's probably what's going on, supply and demand. And yeah, all right, thank you everybody for coming by. It is the Savage Stacker. Please hit that bell icon to get updated on my latest videos. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, I try to motivate people. I don't try to rub any of this in their face. I don't try to put anybody down. I want the best for you and your family. I want you to be out of the hole. I want you to be financially fit. None of this is ever out here to gloat. It's out here to motivate. I wish you all the best. Thank you. Savage Stackers over and out.